Hey YouTube, welcome back to Expedition Tennessee. I am here at the oldest cemetery in Knoxville. I want to show y'all, I got a few stories here that I want to tell y'all about and everything. So it has to do with murder, science experiments, everything, a little bit of everything. But this is the oldest graveyard in Knoxville. It is the First Presbyterian Church here, and I'll give you a look at it in a second. So let's go. Guys, give you a little look at this. You can see the old post and everything, but that is the church. It is the oldest church in Knoxville. It was the first one here, up here, and you can pretty much see the graves are just, the gravestones are beautiful. I tried to come here last night and do a overnighter, but I couldn't. They wouldn't let me. They told me I needed to leave, so I went on and left, and decided to come back today and do a few, and to give y'all a look. They say this is a haunted graveyard. There's a lot of stuff here that happened. And it was founded in 1792 with James White, John Adair, and George McNutt, founding elders. He gave the land to the church and everything. So as you can see, here is James White's grave right there. He died in 1821. He was a captain and colonel in the Revolutionary War, brigadier general, state troops, elder at First Presbyterian Church, and donated the land to the church and graveyard. There are a few graves here that I want to find and tell you a story about them. And maybe I can find them. I really wish we could have done the overnighter and done this, but they wasn't allowing it. So okay, guys, this right here is the grave of Abner Baker. And Abner Baker was the son of Dr. Harvey Baker. Dr. Harvey Baker helped the Confederate soldiers during the Civil War by providing medical attention and all that. Well, the Union soldiers come to his house in 1860, I think it was 1864, and he barricaded himself in the door. Well, they shot through the door and killed him. Well, when Abner Baker got back from fighting in the Civil War, he found the man that he blamed for his father's death and killed him. Well, they took Abner and they hung him. They arrested him and took him to jail, and then they took him from there, mob did, and they hung him. And They buried him here. But he supposedly, the tree that they hung him from, you could see his silhouette of a person hanging from the tree that they hung him from all the way up to the 1920s to where they cut it down. And the tree was at Walnut and Hill. But that's one of the stories that I wanted to tell y'all about. And there's another one. If I could find the grave, he is a pastor at the Second Presbyterian Church in Knoxville, and he himself his name was Dr. Stephen Foster. Well, Dr. Stephen Foster also worked for East Tennessee University, which is now known as University of Tennessee. And he was fascinated with Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the novel. And they hung 2 murderers on Summit Hill at the gallows, and his name was James White. He took the body, they carted it back to the church where he had galvanized batteries ready for the experiment that he was going to do, and he hooked those batteries up to him, and his body started, his chest started rising and everything else, and I guess it scared him. He pulled the wires off, and he made this quote, and I mean, he said, "What God pronounced dead wasn't for me to revive." But that's another one here. I'm trying to find the grave of him, which a lot of these are worn. I mean, they're so old. I mean, that happened in 1827. Is when that they killed James White. But Dr. Foster was a professor at the UT, and he taught Greek and Latin languages to the students there, and he was a minister at the Second Presbyterian Church. That was his congregation, and he was laid to rest here at the First Presbyterian. And after he passed away, they got little baby graves right here, you can see, but these are so old you can't see hardly the names on them or anything anymore. I mean, like I said, this is the oldest graveyard in Knoxville. They got the plots registered like 143. You can see them right on the back of them. 143. I bet they have a list of where they're at, but I don't have that list. And I was going to do, like I said, a ghost hunting video, because they say at night you can see apparitions floating through here. And I was going to try, but I was told I wasn't allowed to hear at night, so that would have been really neat to show you guys. There's a lot of stuff linked to this one. And the house where Abner grew up and they killed his father is now it's turned to a restaurant, and it's supposed to be haunted too. So I'm definitely going to try to get there for y'all and let y'all look at it. So quiet here. Barely hear birds chirp. Trey's with me, and me and him, he's trying to help me find this tombstone, and he thinks it's this one right here. And you can't see it, it's all covered in moss.
The rain eroded it.
Yeah, the rain, everything eroded it. You just never would think about a preacher, reverend, whatever you want to call him, would do experiments on the dead body because he was fascinated with Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. William Morrow. Wow. These are old. Look at that one. 1773, 1821. Hobart Williams. They're just so ate up that you, over the years, I guess that's why they got them numbered, so they know who's who and where. Yeah. Yeah, 1856 is when he died.
1799.
Yeah, he was born in 1799. Wow. And all these little ones right here are the ones that are really interesting because they're just markers.
Like they just took a piece of stone and stuck it as a headstone.
Right. See, that's a child's burial right here.
And up here too.
Yep.
There's one over there.
Here's 1761, born in North Carolina. Mary Blunt. She died in 1801. Wife of William Blunt. And here's her husband. He died in 1800.
He died the same day. 1820, 1820.
Yeah, he was born dead. Wow. Well, guys, this is going to conclude this one. I'm going to try to see if I can do a night visit here, check in with people, and then if we can, I'll let you know, and we'll come back and do it at night. Hey guys, welcome back to Expedition Tennessee. When I started this video, we weren't allowed to be up here, but I have made it back to First Presbyterian Church, the oldest graveyard in Knoxville, and we made it up here at night, and you can see I made it back. I just wanted to come up here and see maybe if we could catch something, guys. Is there anybody here would like to talk? I'm not here to bother you or anything. Just want to see if you'd like to communicate with me. Is Abner here? E.M.F meter seems to be just rising pretty good. This right here is Abner's tombstone, guys. We talked about that earlier. You know, he got back from the Civil War and found out that they killed his dad, and he felt like he had to, you know, defend, you know, stand up for his dad, which I can understand that. Alright guys, I'm going to take and set this up and see if I can, you know, communicate with somebody or something and see what we might be able to find. So, give me a second. Anybody here who wants to talk? Let me know your story. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna finish walking around, guys, and see if I can maybe somebody that might want to talk. Anybody here? I know I'm pulling a lot of E.M.F right here, guys. Will you please step away from the meter? This place don't get, I mean, you got lights everywhere. You're in the middle of downtown Knoxville, and you can see the First Tennessee building up there. Totally different than when these people were buried. Abner was one of the last ones that they buried in here, right there. His uncle was on the board of the First Presbyterian Church and had a pool, and got them to let him be buried in here. You can see the pretty stained glass windows. Really ain't nothing going on with the E.M.F now. Had a lot of over this way, but nothing toward this end. It's all around Abner's grave. So maybe we caught him talking or something, letting us know. But well, guys, I was up here, and I just wanted to finish off this video. I started it a few weeks ago and wasn't able to come in here at night. They ran us off, told us we weren't allowed to be there. But I was here earlier today and just kind of waited around till it started getting dark, and everything. I don't want to push my luck too much, but alright guys, well I'm out of here. Abner, buddy, wish you the best. And everybody else that's here, may you rest in peace. Alright guys, if y'all like these videos, let me know. And I plan on doing a lot more haunted places and everything. This is just the start. And so if you like it, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and click that bell. But anyway guys, I'm gonna jump off here, and I'll see y'all on the next adventure.